Do you have those moments that just stick out in your mind? Those ones that just stay with you forever. When I was a kid, I was told, you are what you do. So choose wisely. Guess I haven't exactly made the best decisions lately. But we needed a fresh start, and I've dreamed of dog sledding since I was a kid.
Challenge is a word that strikes at the heart of why video games are so entertaining. It's what sets it apart from other mediums of storytelling. A good challenge can enrich your soul, it can teach you things you never knew about yourself. In the Red Lantern, you're able to seek out this challenge by testing your ability to manage food and supplies in a perilous journey across the unforgiving tundra of Alaska. For the player, this provides a few fun hours of escapism, but for our protagonist, brought to life by the stellar performance from Ashley Birch, the stakes couldn't be higher. Her life as well as her team of sled dogs are all hanging in the balance as she seeks out to forge a new path in life. By pushing herself to the limit, she and her pups mush on, seeking out the warmth and comfort of a new home and a new identity.
You ready to find our new home? Yeah, me too. Alright, let's make sure we have what we need.
Those who have played FTL or similar roguelites will be immediately familiar with the gameplay loop that the Red Lantern presents. At the outset, a crudely drawn map lets the player know their quest is to get from A to B. The path you choose to get there and the decisions you make along the way are of critical importance to your mission. Missing an opportunity to get food or running out of firewood can mean the difference between life and death for your team. However, as per the genre, death is never final. Each time your journey comes to an end, you learn from your mistakes, immediately setting off on your next attempt, better prepared and with a higher likelihood of success. Throughout the game you'll be managing 4 primary resources, the most important of which is food, being necessary to keep you and your party alive. Bullets will allow you to obtain more food as opportunities to hunt spring up throughout your journey. Medpacks will be useful in case of an attack from the dangers of the wilderness, and back at camp, firewood can be used to keep warm and cook food. It is essential to keep all of these items in stock, as losing one could result in food depletion and a game over. The lack of information the game provides about the landscape can make things frustrating, and the seemingly random nature of encounters means it's difficult to plan out a path. Often this can result in times where you're missing just one resource with no way to seek it out, making the whole run more difficult, especially early on in the game. However, the fear of the unknown can add weight to the decisions taken at every step of the journey. The player has to plan far in advance and for every possibility, driving home the game's themes of survival against a harsh wilderness. As mentioned previously, each run will give the player more tools to combat the elements, and this sense of progression is rewarding. As you become better equipped for the journey, each victory feels earned, even more so because of the trials you overcame in previous runs.
Stay calm. Isn't this what I wanted?
Beyond gathering resources, it can be rewarding to stray from the path along your journey. Many encounters in the game focus on interacting with the plethora of wildlife found in the snowy plains of Alaska. From caribou to foxes and yes, even bears, this game is filled with plenty of captivating critters to pad out your adventure. The monologues brought to life by Birch's voice acting during these sections provide many charming diversions to what would otherwise be a rather mundane trek through the snow.
Is that a can of dog food? Oh, okay then. A bear with a penchant for canned goods. And a life of crime.
Your journal keeps track of these encounters as they happen, even if an encounter doesn't yield any resources at the time. Completing more of these journal entries is still worthwhile. This is because it affects the number of resources you get at the beginning of each attempt. Additionally, many events will allow you to choose from branching dialogue options. It would be nice if these impacted the story or maybe led to some potential alternate endings, but sadly their purpose is more to act as a novelty.
Moo! Moo! Moo? Oh, whoops, I scared it. Oh.
At the very least it keeps things from getting too repetitive, so it's always worthwhile to seek them out even if you've beaten the game once. Despite the sprinkling of fun little interactions throughout your journey, I found myself wanting a tad more depth at times. When wandering into an abandoned cabin, I just wished that I would find a note with a little insight on who was there and why they might have left. Or perhaps that journal could be expanded with a little more encyclopedic knowledge of the creatures I found along the way. I hoped that by some stroke of luck I would find a nice landmark or ruin on the horizon that I could seek out and learn a little bit about the history of the land. Alas, many of these aspirations never came to be throughout my playtime, and it left me wondering about the wasted potential that could have been fulfilled if the game had only developed some of its core ideas a little further. Traversing through the snow is still enjoyable, the environment is well designed, and the day-night cycle creates a nice atmosphere. The white snow emanates a striking feeling of isolation, but also a sense of hope that comes with a fresh start in life. The stars above illuminate the dread of nighttime and offer a perfect canvas for the mesmerising dance of the auroras. Red Lantern doesn't push the graphical limits of its hardware by any stretch, but it does have a style that conjures up its own unique aura of inspiration and wonder. The same can be said for the music, which fits the tone of the game well enough, but doesn't provide any memorable tracks. Jarring animations or graphical glitches can all too frequently undo a lot of what the game does right with its visuals. While they don't hinder the experience too much, it can create a disappointing break from the immersion.
Chomper, world's best pup and friend. Chaser of squirrels, smeller of city streets, and chewer of literally everything.
No sledding experience would be complete without a cavalcade of canine companions to lead the way. It all begins with assembling your team. Before setting off, the player will meet a selection of up to 8 dogs and must choose 4 of them to join the squad. Upon your first meeting, you are given a glimpse into each pup's unique personality. This will play heavily into your campaign, so it's important to choose wisely. One dog could have protective instincts and will step up in case of attack. Another could be vigilant and may be able to spot points of interest that the player would have otherwise missed. How each dog's personality manifests during your campaign, along with their unique designs, all go a long way into making each dog feel distinct and memorable, quickly creating a deep emotional attachment between you and your squad. Furthermore, each dog has their own narrative arc that can be completed by making the correct decisions over the course of a run. Seeing these play out is greatly fulfilling and forges a deeper bond with the dogs. There are plenty of opportunities in the game where each dog's character shines through, and the game lets you interact with these in interesting ways. And of course, stopping at camp provides ample opportunity to pet the dogs to your heart's content.
Wait, can you believe this? It's a herd of caribou. A week ago, we had to be impressed by a flock of pigeons. And now look. What do you say, buddy? Time to get back on the trail.
The Red Lantern throws players into an incredibly perilous but equally rewarding journey. It invites players to discover all of the secrets hidden in its snowy landscape, and continually presents new challenges to keep things engaging over many attempts at completion. The characters of the game are brought to life in charming and inspiring ways, whether it be the protagonist, your team of sled dogs, or the mysterious world of the game itself. Ultimately, the game is never able to reach the thrilling heights and addictive nature that others in the genre have already achieved, potentially calling into question if this game will have a lasting impact beyond the 4 to 5 hours of gameplay that it offers. However, the game's message of hope, identity, discovery, and carrying on no matter what life throws at you will stick with me long after the end credits are finished.
Welcome home.
My name is Finn, and if you enjoyed this review of the Red Lantern, please give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. You can support us by subscribing to the channel to not miss any future reviews, and check out all of our other content at entertheplayhouse.com, links in the description. Thanks for watching.